Are you struggling to get clients? Are you struggling to get those high-end business clients? Believe me, baby boo, I have been there with you. So in this video, as somebody who has been in that situation and got out of it, I'm going to talk to you about some of the things in particular that I do. And this is one I have not seen many people talking about. And as somebody who can definitely say I went from doing this very small £100 shoot to get a £6,500 contract, believe me, it has worked for me. Who am I? I am Khandie. I am the host of The Loud Lens, the writer of the Take the Effing Lens Cap Off, which was a top seller on Amazon. It's a book. You should read it. It's all about getting your mojo back. But also I run a very successful studio and business here as a photographer. I'm a brand ambassador and I don't do fluffy. I don't do gatekeeping. So let's sort this out for you in this very easy, I want to say hack, but it's not really a hack. It's just like business advice. Let's go. So I feel like when I started doing this, I was doing the opposite of what a lot of photographers were doing. They were just advertising and advertising and advertising, putting out post after post. And I was like, nah, I need to do something different. So I decided to do something that I would see that works in the culinary world. Aperitifs, appetizers, hors d'oeuvres. You might think, how does that link, Khandie? Well, I do these sessions, these mini sessions, particularly headshot sessions, to be the aperitif, the gateway into my branding and marketing sessions that I offer that are a lot more big bucks, because it's all about the money right now, okay? You and I know this, okay? The world is on its knees and we need to make sure we're not. So this is what I do. I do these mini headshot sessions deliberately aimed at the upsell without being heavily salesy, but it's like an insight into what it's like to work with me, okay? So I make sure so many things are slick before I start doing these. There's a little bit of investment, but if you're a professional photographer, this is probably already on your list to do. But if they're not, I also have a load of affiliate codes that might help you. You don't have to use them. I'm just saying, if you're going to save some money, if you're going into a new venture, maybe use them. So businesses don't know who you are. And for the most part, they've probably never heard of you. And I'm going to be blunt, that is probably the case for most of us out there. So this is why these mini sessions work. This is like going on a date instead of just running off and getting married. They're going to jump in with you and be like, okay, this is what they're like. Okay, we like it. With the aperitif to the main course, which is the branding marketing session. So this is why I run these mini sessions. I really focus on the client experience and I want them to enjoy what I do. So I make sure it's slick, and I'm going to go through the entire process with you because, again, like I said, we don't gatekeep here. Now, if you're liking what I'm talking about, and maybe you do and maybe you don't, this is the time where you can smash that like button, okay? And you can hit subscribe because I am doing loads of these videos. I don't like gatekeeping, and yeah, so let's go, I guess. So this is where the low cost side comes in, okay? Businesses are going to be like, we don't have the money. That's fine. We're affordable. I'm even running a special 20% off. Hint, hint. Okay. Oh, we already have photos. Yeah, but when were those done? These are fresh, update with more bespokeness to you. Let's update that look. Honestly, do you know that more people will book you if you have an up-to-date profile picture? People, I don't know what it is. People just buy from people and they like it. And if you're worried about engagement on your page, honestly, update your profile picture. You'll see how much people comment on it. It's a great way to do it. We don't know if you're the right fit for our business. Well, that's why these are short and sweet sessions. I'm going to make you like me. I mean, you don't say that to them. That's weird. But they are going to like you because you're going to set it up that they like you. So that's what we're going to do, okay? So once they're in, right, and I'm going to go through everything. I'm going to go through everything, like how to book everything. But once they're in the room, you're going to be in sales mode, but not obvious. You're going to be talking about, oh, these are great. And when we do our full branding sessions, we offer these and we can do lifestyle, and you're going to get to know their business, and you're going to listen as much as you are going to talk, and you're going to pay attention to what they do because you want them to know that you know their business. One of the things I also talk about is like ongoing content creation, because you know what, they get new staff in, maybe they want to get a new headshot similar to what I've already got, so it has a cohesion on their website. There's all these little nuggets of information that I'll drop in. Now, I know that some of us are introverts, some of us are extroverts, or however you want to do it. So I know that marketing these sessions are going to be quite difficult for some people, but let's just talk about some of the ways. And I have written these down actually. So I'm going to read them out because I want to make sure that I cover all bases. I should have done like a little, anyway, it doesn't matter. So if you're an extrovert like me, you'll thrive on networking, face-to-face interaction. So get yourself down to networking events. Be careful which ones you go to. Some of them feel like a cult. That's just my personal opinion. I don't want to sign up to pay hundreds and hundreds of pounds to swap business around with other businesses that literally can't even afford my rates as it is. And I'll be honest, I've met a few of these and I'm not a big fan on them. I would also offer mini sessions on the spot. I've been known at networking events go, hey, I've got a mini session running this Sunday. Why aren't you coming in for it? When people ask me, I'm very blunt and honest about that. And I know that takes a lot of gumption, but I want people to know that I know what I'm doing. So that's what I do. Now, if you're an introvert, selling face-to-face is going to be a little bit more difficult. And I know this. So maybe it's email marketing. If you don't have an email to sign up to your newsletter, you need to be getting one. It's one of the largest overlooked ways that you can sell your business. And I'm always shocked when people don't do this. You need to, honestly, you need to get an email marketing together. You need to do your newsletter and start selling it. And before you go, oh, it's this Saturday, maybe drip feed it in every couple of months and say, don't forget, sign up because we've got this happening. Sense of urgency, like the places are limited, okay? You're also perhaps going to do it on your stories, on your reels or whatever it is, on your social media marketing. So you're not directly like we are talking now, you and me, baby, it's you and me. We're not going to do that. We're going to get you doing it, maybe not so face-to-face. Maybe it's just going to be an advert you're going to put out. I do, if you can and you eventually get comfortable, I would recommend like just going up to people at a networking event and saying, hey, I'm doing a business headshot session. Why don't you come along? It's 20% off. People like that because they are attracted to tenacity. Just remember, you don't want to be too pushy. You want to be strategic, but not too pushy, which for you introverts is probably second nature because you're a bit worried about that. And extroverts, we need to tone it down. We don't want to be like, hey, buy me, buy me, buy me, buy me, buy me, buy me. That puts people off. So now we're going to talk about how to market these sessions. Okay. You're not just going to post. Mini sessions are available right now and expect people to flood you and be like, oh my God, I need to sign up. I love it. Let me get in. They're not going to do that. Okay. My loves are just not. So you're going to create an urgency and a very serious nature to the urgency. Okay. When I say urgent, we're going to use very careful language that implies that this is a one-off deal and this is like never going to happen again. And everyone needs to do this. Now, don't say it's never going to happen again if it's going to happen again, but in, you know, hey, secure your slot. These sell out last time. All the language you're going to use is going to create that sense of urgency. I mean, what about like, do you want a killer profile shot for your LinkedIn in 15 minutes? Get in these sessions. I'm just saying these are words you could use. Your face is your brand. Does your current profile picture show your brand? I don't know. I'm trying to think of things that you could say. I can't do it ad hoc. So there we go. You also target the right people. Okay. So you might use LinkedIn ads. For me, yay or nay on those. I'm not going to delve into those, but if you don't have experience, don't dump into those straight away, but definitely be utilizing LinkedIn because a lot of people love LinkedIn and you need to be using LinkedIn. It's a very popular thing. And particularly as it's aimed a lot more at businesses. So I would be chucking it on there. In fact, I would probably I think I put mine on first there for like a week and then I put it on to Facebook. It goes first out to my mailing list, but like publicly it's LinkedIn and then onto Facebook because I want people to think that's who I'm targeting. Obviously I said the outreach with my email marketing, my newsletters. I'm also targeting places where people go and do hot desking. So for me in Northampton, you know, there's plenty of places here and I would like message them and say, hey, I'm offering this if there's any of your people interested. What's the worst they're going to say? Ignore my email or say no? I mean, I don't care at this point in life. It's cool. I will also, one of the things you need to do, because remember, this is an imperative to you, you need to make sure that how they get to you is very easy. So you don't want back and forth of emails. You want to be a really slick booking system. I've said this before. I use Studio Ninja for all my online booking. I create the portal. They go in, they select the time slot they want. It automates the invoice. It automates the contract, automates the questionnaire, because the questionnaire is very important. I'll get onto that in a little bit now. And I want people to know that I care. So that little thing does such wonders for me. And then it sends them a reminder nearer the day. And I think it's all automated. They don't need to like log in, print anything off. There's not a back and forth. Now, the questionnaire is an important part that I love about Studio Ninja. And I do have an affiliate code or discount somewhere in my description below. Have a look. But one of the things I love is the fact that I can ask questions about my client, saying, hey, is there anything about your business I need to know? Anything about you that can make the session feel more comfortable? Because they feel like I care, and I do care, but I'm now showing I care. It also allows me to build up an idea of what my client is. So perhaps one of my sessions is a hairdresser and she wants bright and bubbly, but the next session is a barrister, which actually has happened on my last mini session. So they want a more formal portrait. It helps me create between using maybe this pink background and this fashion grey that's lower down. Obviously, I will adapt those, but yes, maybe they don't want pink. Maybe the barrister does want pink. I don't want to assume, but you understand them when you're doing these questionnaires, you get a little bit more information and they feel like they're more involved in the process and more in control, which is what businesses really want. Okay. So you are giving them something very simple to fill in, but they feel like it's a very dedicated, bougie kind of product. Okay. That's why I liked it. It also gives them a really cute profile sort of area to go into. And it's got loads of my pictures up, which then sells me a bit more. Just saying. Now, before you go, okay, Khandie, so I'm giving away these cheap-ish sessions. You don't want to run these at a loss. How exactly do these work? Well, I'm going to tell you now, I sold one headshot session to a solicitor who recommended me to her boss, and that got me a $6,500 contract photographing their entire company, their sister site, and some of their marketing for them. It works. Now, does it work every time? I would be lying if I said, yes, of course it works every time, but I'm not that gatekeepy BS person on here. I'm the truth teller, okay? So does it work every time? No, it doesn't work every time. Does it work well when it does work? Yes, it does. I feel like very Jim Carrey then, but it does work. So this is something I do quite a lot. And in fact, I'm running it tomorrow. It is a great way to get marketing out because people put it on their profile. People love it. In fact, one of the ones I did fairly recently, it caused a big debate because people thought like there was no way this woman looked this good. She actually did look this good. And I ended up posting the raws with the permission of the client. And they were like, oh my God, there's literally no reason. I'm like, yeah, I'm that good. I'm that good at my job. And it got me 4 bookings. So I'm just going to tell you now, headshots are a great way to do it. And you don't need you don't need a studio. Honestly, you don't. It helps have a space. In front of me now, I've got a reflector, this light that's gridded. And then you can just see, I put my phone there. This here is a light for separation because not everyone has vibrant hair like me. So it's very simple. You could do this with, you don't need a strobe. You can have a flash. It doesn't need to be bougie, but it does. You want to be using the same system that you would be using if you were going into their office space. Okay. Now I do send my images to them. I don't ask them to come back because this is about business, right? So I want them to have the images in the comfort of their own office so their colleagues can help them choose in the comfort of their own home. I want it to be slick. So I then use Pixie Set. Pixie Set allows them to pick and choose what images they like. It comes back to me, tells me which one it is, and they're the ones I release for them to have and download. Yes, they can also buy more within that. It's all set up for me. That slickness infers to them how professional I am because I've invested in my systems. Again, I have an affiliate code. Feel free to use. There are other ones. They're just the ones I've used, the systems that I like. People have bought prints. I link it to my Loxley account, and that means that then the prints can get sent off to them. Again, I'm not even involved in that. It's all done by my systems, and I just get the money, which is never a bad thing. I have not been the only person to do this system, and I have encouraged others to do it, particularly people in my own hometown where I am. Well, hometown, so is it a hometown the place where I live, because I don't feel it's a threat. There are enough businesses to go around. There are enough people. Now, people do come to me, and I have repeat clients. I have one client who I've been photographing for the last 9 years. They love what I do. I get a lot of money out of them. I don't need them to be called an ambassador. They literally are my ambassador. They shout about me. They praise me. They use my images, and I love it. Okay. But you need to consider this. This is a way to get your foot in the door. So photographer, I'm talking to you, babe, get a bit closer. You want to get clients in, and you want those business clients in, you want those high earning business clients in, consider doing these mini headshot sessions as a marketing tool. Okay. When you set them out, you're like, what am I doing? I'm taking the pictures, but I'm also trying to sell my services. I'm upselling my services. Okay. So you're going to talk about your branding. You're going to talk about your marketing. You're going to talk about how much you loved working with them, how much you know about their business, but you're also going to listen more and make sure your systems are very slick. You are going to turn small business shoots into big contracts. Okay. Right. I want you to do something for me now. Comment below what your biggest client struggle is, and I'm going to try and answer some of these in videos for you because some of you have sent me a few DMs and I'm trying to get through them, but it'd be good if you could comment below, then they're all in one place because it'd be really interesting. Because let's fix it. I mean, I'm not going to lose clients. You're going to gain clients. It's going to be great. Okay. I don't want to be one of those content creators that gives you fluffy advice. I'm going to do stuff that I know has worked for me. So this has worked for me, and on Sunday I'll be doing this again, and we actually call it the Sunday sessions, and I get these booked out. They're really popular. Okay. Really popular because they're slick. They're also a great way if you need to earn money pretty quick. I'm not going to deny that. That's not a great way. And as someone who's just had to buy a new laptop, this will help. So if you are that kind of photographer that likes no fluff, business-like advice from someone who doesn't fluff it around, although makes really weird dad jokes, I am that person. So hit like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video because we are in this to make money. Art is great, but we needed to pay, okay? So we can make the art.